Hi, welcome to my lab. I have received this week a packet with 4 items inside. So let's see what we have. I will open the first one here. Okay, so as you can see, this thing is a true airspeed indicator coupled with a static air temperature. So there are some documents with it. This is a combined true airspeed and static air temperature from Intercontinental Dynamics Corporation. So this is probably the manufacturing date, 1989. Oh no, this one, sorry, 1974. Oh, this is vintage stuff. This thing should be interesting. Let's open another one. This one. So this one is a fire detector, a smoke detector actually. And this one was manufactured in 1999, as you can see. The power supply is here, 18 to 32 volts DC. And there is a pinout of the connector. Thank you very much. And this thing is very light. Let's see this one. So this one is another EPR transducer, but this one is complete because we have the two input pressures, the inlet pressure and the exhaust pressure here. Normally this instrument performs the division between the exhaust pressure by the inlet pressure. So this thing should be closed inside to an airspeed transducer with a servo control and 2 capsules, probably, or 4, I don't remember. I have the block diagram of this thing. Let's have a look on the last one. So this thing is also interesting. So this is an altitude alert. There is an adjustment for the reference pressure here in inch of mercury. And then there is a selected altitude. So this was built by Aero Mechanism Incorporated. And the date is August 71. So this thing is vintage stuff also. So here there is probably a loudspeaker or something like that, maybe, for the audible alert. Okay, we can start today with something not too complicated. For example, the smoke detector. This one. This is a smoke detector. This thing was installed in a Boeing 747 431D. This thing was manufactured in 1999. Let's open this thing to see what is inside. So there is an electronic board. There is a kind of photocell here. There is a small board here for power supply, maybe. Okay, so let's remove these 3 nuts, or maybe 4. There is another one I didn't see here. Okay, so this is the internal part of this smoke detector. So there is here a photocell, obviously, and this is probably an LED. You can see that there is a very thick silicone conformal coating on this board. This permits to have a protection against the pollution caused by the fumes, the smoke. So there is a big transistor. So this is 7812. So this is a 12 volts regulator actually. There are a few transistors, one op amp probably here. You can see the soot. This is the CA3130. So this seems to be an LM111. So this is a comparator. And the other one, this is a TLC something. This seems to be a CMOS op amp. This is a TLC 2652. I have connected this board to a power supply at 20 volts. So from pin 2 of this connector and to pin 5 here. And unfortunately the consumption is 0, so there is no current at all. So I think that this thing doesn't work. There is something wrong with the power supply or something on the connector, I don't know exactly. I will try to remove this silicone coating here. I don't know, maybe it can be possible. Yeah, so this should be possible, I think. Now this will be a little bit difficult, but I will try to remove all this thing and try to figure out what is wrong with this thing. We can see that normally pin number 2 is the power supply input, but if we look carefully on the rear side of this connector, we can see that number 2 is here, and the number 2 is not used actually. There is this plastic stuff in order to provide a seal. So I have checked that effectively number 5 is connected to the ground here. So the ground is actually the case of this regulator. So there is a continuity between the case and pin number 5. Number 5 is correct, but the pin out written on this sticker is wrong. So this is very strange. I will remove this frame here in order to get access to the input of this regulator. I guess that the input of this regulator is connected to one terminal of this connector. There is maybe a diode in between, or maybe an inductor or a resistor or something like that. You can see that there is a diode here. So maybe we can first check if this diode is connected to one terminal. There is a resistance of 18 ohms, and this is pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, pin number 4. And there is also a power resistor here, which is maybe in series with the input. So maybe this one is 18 ohms. Bingo, it is 18 ohms. Okay, so we can see that this resistor is an 18 ohms resistor. This resistor is connected to the anode of this diode. Okay, so probably the power supply input is this one, which should be number 4 and not number 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, bingo. So actually, there is an error on this pin out. The power supply input is not number 2, but number 4. I'm going to turn on the power supply. Okay, so there is a current of 52 milliamps. Okay, and we can see that the LED is on. So this thing should work probably. And this thing is actually a light trap. It avoids the reflection of the light of the LED to the photocell, which is here. So as the inside is totally dark, when there is no fumes inside, there is no reflection of the light of this LED, because the sensor is orthogonal to this LED, and you can see that there is also this metallic square here, which avoids direct coupling between the LED and the photocell. But when there are some particles of fumes inside, there will be some reflections of the light to the photocell. I have connected the continuity tester between this output, which is common at alarm, pin 9 to the ground. So this is the contact of the relay actually inside. So I will inject some fumes using a solder iron. This was the teardown and the test of the smoke detector. Thanks for watching and see you next time for another instrument. Bye bye.